Hi viewers, welcome to Shaker's Bio Factory for NEET. If you like this video, subscribe my channel and click on bell icon to get notification. In this video, I am going to start a new chapter in biology. It is respiration in plants and its introduction. Respiration is one of the most important fundamental basic feature of all living organisms. It helps to survive these organisms on earth. At this time, the respiration it provides energy for carried out various daily activities in case of plants like absorption, transportation, movement, reproduction, and even for breathing also respiration provides energy. In this, it mainly involves in biological oxidation of various organic molecules to release energy. The oxidation of macromolecules, generally it takes place inside of plant body, is referred to as respiration, and only green plants and cyanobacteria they have a capability for the synthesis of their food its own with a process called photosynthesis. At this time, the green plants it trap light energy, and this light energy it will be converted into chemical energy. Then it can be stored in bonds of carbohydrates like glucose, sucrose, and starch. In green plants, all cells, tissues, and organs they never perform photosynthesis because only green cells which consist of chloroplast, and these are located in the surface layer, and these cells only can perform photosynthesis. And non-green cells which are present in plant body they need food material for oxidation, so that food has been translocated to non-green cells within plant body. So animals are generally heterotrophic in nature because they collect food from plants only. At this time, if some of the animals which collect their food directly from plants, such animals are called herbivorous. Some of the animals they can collect their food indirectly from plants. These are called as carnivorous. Finally, all living organisms directly or indirectly depends on plants for food. Along with this, some of the organisms called saprophytes like fungi, these are dependent on dead or decaying matter. These are called saprophytes. So ultimately, the food that is respired or which participate in respiration for life processes in all living organisms, it is came from photosynthesis only. The mechanism of breakdown of food materials to release energy, this process generally takes place inside mitochondria or inside of the cell, is referred to as cellular respiration. And this breakdown of complex organic molecules that can releases energy that takes place in cytoplasm and mitochondria of living cell. At this time, so due to breaking of carbon bonds of complex compounds through oxidation within a cell that can releases considerable amount of energy is the process called respiration. The compounds which are oxidized during the process of respiration are called respiratory substances. In this, carbohydrates are the main respiratory substances to release energy, but sometimes along with the carbohydrates, proteins, fats, even organic acids also can participate in respiration as a respiratory substances in some plants. During oxidation within a cell, energy is released in a series of slow stepwise reactions, and these reactions are controlled by different enzymes. And it is the energy which is released from respiratory substances. It will be converted into chemical energy and stored in the form of ATP during respiration. So ATP, which is synthesized in respiration, whenever and wherever energy is needed to utilize, at this time ATP acts as a energy currency, and by breaking the bonds within ATP molecule that can releases energy for cellular activities. This energy trapped in ATP is utilized in various energy requiring processes of living organisms. Along with this energy and various structures which are developed in respiration. In this, the carbon skeleton produced during respiration, this carbon skeleton is used as a precursor for biosynthesis of even other molecules within cell. That is the importance of respiration. And here, in case of plants, do plant breathe? The answer is yes, because even plants also required oxygen for respiration, and after completion of this respiration, it releases carbon dioxide into atmosphere. But plants only in photosynthesis take carbon dioxide and releases oxygen. But in case of respiration, even plants also utilizes oxygen, and after this respiration, it releases carbon dioxide into atmosphere. So plants, unlike animals, have no special organs for gases exchange, but they have stomata, lenticles for the purpose of gases exchange for respiration. So plants have a system in place that ensure the availability of oxygen within plant body. The main reasons for the absence of respiratory organs in plants is, so plants have a system, it takes place that ensure the availability of oxygen. The first reason is each plant pot take care of its own gases exchange need, and there is a little transport of gases from one plant pot to another plant pot. It takes place within plant body. And the second reason is plants do not present a great demand for gases exchange, because at the time of photosynthesis it releases oxygen, and this oxygen is available to respiration, and after completion of respiration it releases carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide is available to chloroplast for photosynthesis, so that there is no great demand for gases exchange in plant body. Along with this, root, stem and leaves, they perform respiration with lower than animals. Only during photosynthesis, a large volume of gases exchange and take place, and each leaf is well adapted to take care of their own gases exchange mechanism during this period. At the time of photosynthesis, the oxygen is not a major problem, because after completion of photosynthesis it releases oxygen within the cell, and this oxygen is available to mitochondria to perform cellular respiration, and in this cellular respiration again it releases carbon dioxide, it available to chloroplast, so that availability of gases is not a major problem in plant cell. The third reason is the distance that gases must diffuse even in large quantity. Along with this, each living cell in a plant body is located close to surface of the plant cell. In case of stem, the living cells are organized in thin layer inside and beneath the bark, and sometimes it consists of lenticels for gases exchange during secondary growth. So most of the plants, they have at least a part of their surface it is contact directly with air or atmosphere. But in stem, the cells which are interior or inner side, it become dead cells, but they provide mechanical support. It never need gases exchange. But around these dead cells, the loosely packaging parenchyma cells in case of leaves, stem and roots, they provide an interconnected network of air spaces for gases exchange. So the complete oxidation of glucose, it takes place in respiration whenever the glucose which is inside in plant, it undergoes complete oxidation by utilizing oxygen from atmosphere. This process can releases carbon dioxide and water as a end product, and most of the energy is released into atmosphere in the form of heat is called respiratory process. It indicates complete oxidation of food materials. The equation of respiration in plants is the carbohydrates like C6H12O6, whenever it react with oxygen, that can releases carbon dioxide, water and energy as a end products. The formula for respiration is C6H12O6 plus 6O2 is giving rise to 6CO2 plus H2O and energy. So this energy, it is useful to the cell. It should be able to utilize it to synthesis of other molecules which are required by the cell. The plant cell use is to catabolize the glucose molecule in such a way that is not a liberated energy that goes in the form of heat. That means most of the energy which is released from carbohydrates, it is released into atmosphere in the form of heat. So oxidation of glucose, actually it is not a single step reaction because it is a multi-step reaction. During this multi-step reaction, it can releases energy, and this energy, it is trapped in ATP molecule. Due to this trapping of energy, ATP molecules are synthesized in respiratory process. So in the process of respiration, oxygen is utilized and carbon dioxide, water and energy are released as a end products. So depending upon the participation and availability of oxygen in respiration, the respiratory process is mainly two types. In this, the first type is aerobic respiration and second type is anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration means the breakdown of food materials or glucose, it takes place in the presence of oxygen is called aerobic respiration, and this aerobic respiration can leads to complete oxidation of glucose and releases more amount of energy. But the second type of respiration is anaerobic respiration. In this, the breakdown of food material, it takes place in the absence of oxygen is called anaerobic respiration. In this anaerobic respiration, the incomplete oxidation of food material takes place and it leads to the formation of either ethanol or lactic acid, and this process can produce very less amount of energy. In this way, depending upon the involvement of oxygen or availability of oxygen in respiration, both aerobic and anaerobic respiratory processes are present in living cell. That is the introduction part for respiration in plants. Thanks for watching.